Baby.
With the flow, buddy. We're recording right now, so just go with the flow because we are good. Let's go live on Facebook. I'm going to look over here for a second. Actually, I'm going to try not to look because people ask me what I'm always looking for.
You're looking for coconuts in the palm trees, man.
You like that, right? That's a pretty good view back there, man.
Beautiful.
How you been? You're looking good.
Thanks. You too. You too.
Well, thank you.
Enjoying the cold weather up here in the snow.
All right, let's go public. And we are now going live in 3, 2, 1. I'm not adding a title to this. Share screen. And I am going to go here. Share.
Is the camera adding 10 pounds?
It's my intro, like the radio intro, you know?
Love it.
Well, Brian, I just wanted to say good morning. My name is Steve Posnansky. As you probably all have known over the last couple of days, I want to introduce you to Mr. Brian Kelly. Brian is the National Accounts Manager at Bose. And obviously, he's a customer of ours and a good friend of mine. So, you know, Brian, I won't keep you long today. So let's talk a little bit about Bose and what you do. Why don't you tell everybody?
Absolutely. Well, I work in the pro division of Bose, and a lot of people don't realize we have a pro division. So what does that mean? I sell commercial products to restaurants, hotels, fitness locations, universities, you name it, anything that's in the commercial world. We have applicable products to be put into your locations. And we work with major partners around the world that actually do the installations and help us with the designs and the proposals. And then they go out there and they install the stuff and then they service it and hopefully have a beautiful Bose day as they listen through the speakers to some incredible sound. So it's fun. Every day is a different day, just like it is for you. I know how it is with you as well, since we've been friends for a while and we talk a lot. A lot of people don't realize that Bose is actually owned by MIT as well, which is another nice thing, which Dr. Bose, when he passed away in 2013, he actually gifted Bose to MIT. So it's a pretty amazing story. And your card is phenomenal. And that's what I really want to talk about more so than anything.
Well, before we get there, how are you handling the pandemic? Obviously, you know, you can't get out as much as you can. You can't really get out at all. And, you know, so how has the pandemic affected you, you know, professionally with Bose and reaching your clients? And then, you know, then you could, I guess, explain how the card has actually helped you in that regard.
Sure. Well, we know the pandemic has been hard on almost everybody, especially if you're not an essential business, which, you know, we're not essential. We're not.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we're not.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Go ahead.
You know, I wish we were essential and everybody needed Bose all around the world. I think the thing that hurts us the most is not having that interaction face to face with somebody and actually having a human touch. The hardest part about this whole thing is that, but we're now getting used to Zoom calls and Teams calls and showing each other's faces and doing business that way. So that's kind of the weird thing. The hardest part is with Bose, you have to hear it.
Right.
You know, I can't come out and I can't demo the speakers. I can't show you the amps, except static, you know, like here's a Bose portable unit, you know, but that's the only way I could do it is maybe play it. But are you really hearing what it really can do to you through a Zoom call? So that's the toughest part for us is not being able to get out there in front of people and actually show the product and let them hear it and feel it and really absorb what Bose can do for their business. So that's the challenging part.
Well, now, you know, Christmas is coming up, so maybe you could tell the people that could be watching this right now, what's the best thing for them to do? I know I got to turn around and look over here. I have to thank Brian, and don't mind me, but Brian actually gifted me these great Bose ear pods because he saw my wires and my pods, and he felt that, hey, Steve, you need to get some real ear pods. What would you tell people that are looking for, let's say, a Christmas gift? Obviously, they can't call you because you deal with big commercial accounts, but where could people go to purchase Bose products? I mean, what would you recommend? I mean, Christmas is around the corner, so this is kind of, the last chance to shop.
Sure, I appreciate that. Our consumer division has a bunch of new products, whether it's our new noise cancellation earplugs, which are amazing. We have sleep buds now, so if people are snoring and you can't, be next to your significant other because they're snoring so crazy, we now have the sleep buds, which kind of white noises it out. What you want to do is you want to go to Bose.com. Just go to Bose.com, BOSE.com, and you can look through all of the new products and all of our products that are still available and order through that. And I think there's you can expedite some of the shipping, so you might still be able to get it before Christmas. So
Okay.
I would go there. And if you're in the commercial world, you'd go to Bose.pro.com to look at all of our pro products. And there's a whole vast variety of that as well. I mean, we could do anything from a tiny Subway restaurant all the way to an Olympic stadium. So we're kind of like the best kept secret.
Okay. All right. So, well, listen, that's good. Again, go to Bose.com, BOSE.com, and, have a look around. I'm telling you, the ear things, the ear muffs, the ear pods, whatever you call them. I'm so old school.
Earbuds, you're good. Earbuds.
Those were really great. And unfortunately, I use them, but not like I probably should, as you can
still using those? Come on,
man. Yeah. From time to time, I put them in, and somehow I end up going back old school. It's like sitting in the back of a pickup truck in the 60s. But anyway, that's all. But listen, I do appreciate you coming on and telling people, what you do, how you do it, and also where they can actually go buy maybe a Christmas gift for their significant other. And again, if you're laying next to someone who's snoring a lot, I recommend that white noise stuff.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think I might have to get that for someone for Christmas, but anyway, we'll just leave that at that. So, Brian, with all this going on, I know you've been a customer of ours for almost a year now. You saw the value originally, and I just wanted, again, I'm not going to take up all day, but just get your feeling on what the card has done for you. How do you use it? Where do you see the card actually fitting into what you do in a day-to-day basis?
Sure. I'll tell you how it all started is talking to my friend Victor Green, who we both know, number 21 for the Jets.
VG21, big shout out, Victor Green.
Yeah. So I was talking to him, and he's like, "Hey, I've got this new thing. I got this card I'm working on with a buddy of mine." I'm like, "Really? What is it?" And so he kind of showed me, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. Can you do a mock-up one for Bose?" And you were kind enough to go ahead and do a mock-up one for me. And I took it to Bose corporate, and we signed on some few people, and then COVID hit. So there's several of us that have the card. And the thing that's so awesome about that card, like if I want to go to a traditional business card, look at all these cards. I got 500 million of them. Hey, can you find Joe Schmonsky on it? I got to fumble through all these cards, try to figure out where that person's at. And if I find their card, what do they really do? I know the name of the company, but what do they really do? With your card, I don't have to fumble through things. I just go right to my phone. I click on whoever that person may be. It pops right up. It tells me the whole story of their card. It tells me the whole background of what they do as a company, what that person does. And that's why I was so intrigued by the Bose card, because as you produced it, I'm like, I'm on this little card, but it came to life. People can go in there and they can click on it. Now they know about my pro products. They know a little bit about me. They can schedule an appointment right from my virtual card. You can't do that with a typical business card. And the funny thing, Steve, is I had some people coming over and looking at my backyard. to do some work out there, and I went to hand him my Bose business card, and the guy was like, "Ooh," and this was COVID. Like, I don't want to touch that.
Right,
I don't want
right.
to touch that. So I said, and this was prior to seeing your stuff. So then when I saw your stuff, and then once you made it, now it's simple. I don't have to hand somebody a business card. I just either tell them to scan my phone, which is really simple with the QR code, or I can forward it to them. I also have a signature email too, which is outstanding. So when I'm sending things out to potential clients, they can just click right on my email signature. My virtual business card pops right up. They can go right through to look at my contact information. They can go right through and look at some cool pictures that I've had with some pro athletes, with some businesses that we've done. It just scrolls across the bottom, so you get a little bit of idea of what Bose Pro does. And there's just so much information that you can get. You can't get that from a typical business card. I mean, I'm serious. Your card comes to life. I mean, it pops. It pops. And I've seen a bunch of them that you've done. I've seen the one that you did for Shaq. That is just absolutely unbelievable. And it's super affordable. That's the crazy thing about it. I can go to the store and make business cards, and it's going to cost exactly the same that I'm paying for yours, but it's just a business card. Someone's going to throw it away. This stays on their phone. They click on the app, and boom, it's right there. It's right there.
And I think, well, I appreciate it. I mean, there's not much I can add to it, but, I think what we've also done for you is we've made some changes for you as well, during the time period. And if you want to let people know what those were like, because I could sit here and, one of the reasons why, Brian, I'm doing these customer testimonials are twofold. One is I want people to meet some of our customers. I want them to understand why you chose us, and not only that, but understand what you do, and help you as a customer cross market, because you never know who's listening. It's similar to the card. And I'm kind of hooked on the Zoom stuff. I have another interview coming up today right after yours. I have a couple tomorrow, a couple Monday, one on Tuesday. So I'm trying to help our customers as well get the word out on what they do. So I could sit here and talk about the card all day long, but people really don't want to hear it from me. So I figured I'm going to do these interviews and, let them hear it from actual living, breathing people. So, I know you had, I forget what it's called, your portfolio thing with all your different
Showpad. Yes.
Right. And, we were able to add Showpad to your card. And, if you want to talk about the changes we've had to make since then, you could talk about that as well.
No problem. And where else can you go and get unlimited changes? And when I'm talking unlimited changes, your team is so phenomenal when it comes to changing out something on my card. I mean, it takes seconds. I mean, you always say, give me, 12, 24 hours. I mean, you usually do it in like a minute and a half. And I just always laugh. I'm like, I know.
No, I'm joking.
But it's just amazing. So if I need something done on the fly, I just have to send it to your team. Your team gets it done, and it's absolutely amazing how fast the transition is. In regards to Showpad, that's something that we use. It's kind of our whole portfolio of all of our products and what we do. And I added that to the card, and you worked so hard to make that happen. So when someone clicks on it, they can actually look at the whole portfolio, and I can see that somebody, is looking at it saying, hey, look, someone's looking at this product, which is awesome. I don't know who that person is, but I know somebody's actually interested in that particular product. And that's very helpful for us, just so we know how to stock, how to build, what product is what's needed in the marketplace. So, I mean, what you've done for us is absolutely amazing. And if you don't have this card, I mean, for the price and the unlimited changes, or what it can do to change your business, and in today's world of COVID, you don't have to hand out a business card that's going to get thrown away. People keep it. It's just phenomenal. I mean, I'm still astounded by the technology of how this actually works.
And and if it wasn't for COVID, everybody at Bose right now would have these cards.
Yeah.
We were well on our way. We went through the marketing side, which they loved it, and we got everything. you also have to remember we got everything the way you wanted it. We used the right Bose logo, the font style, the coloring, the lettering. So that's also very key for a lot of people. But I'm sure glad that you're doing well, that everything's going okay. I know the weather in Ohio, I guess it's a little snowy.
Yes, it is.
I take you out to my pool right now, but I figured out why
Making me
bother.
sick.
You got the palm trees behind me though, right? All right,
I
man.
do.
So
I do want to say one more thing though,
sure.
is I love the card so much that I got one for my daughter. And the reason why I bring that up is if anybody has kids that are in high school, the hardest way to get your transcripts out, or if you're an athlete and you're trying to get to an athletic director in a college, this card is phenomenal for that as well. Where my daughter does cross country and track, and then she has phenomenal grades. So being able to send that straight out to a college admissions area or to a athletic director so they can actually see my daughter in action, look at her grades, learn a little bit about her and her bio. That's another step. So if you have kids out there that need to really try to push their way into college, my daughter's only a sophomore, but this is hyping her up to let these colleges know that, hey, 2 more years when she graduates, she could be yours. And I think it's another tool that we don't realize that you can use. And I know you've got some clients like that. I know, Victor Green's son uses it at North Carolina.
Correct.
So, I mean, there's people that out there that are trying to figure out how to get into the college. This is a great tool for the price and unlimited changes and events. I mean, there's so many things you could put on this card and change it on the fly. And I think if you do have a kid in high school or even a kid in college that's trying to make it into the business world as they graduate, now this becomes their resume.
Right.
So, I mean, that's, if you're not doing it, you need to be doing it.
Well, Brian, I have to say, thank you so much. I mean, I couldn't have, better, listen, I always tell people, I mean, I've made so many friends through this card, so many great connections. I've had people call me from all over. Hey, I need to buy a card. Where'd you hear about us? Oh, I saw this guy in a convention in Dallas. This is before COVID hit, right? And it's word of mouth. And it's the same thing that it does for me, right? It's going to do for your business. I mean, when I first started this business going on almost 4 years ago, I started with one card, my card. And now, we have thousands of users now. And, so the network that we've created and the network that we actually give our customers, because, they're all part of our network, and they get to meet different people and so forth. And you never know who you're going to meet. It's just like I said in the interview yesterday, it's, if you're at the end of the day and you're tired and you're worn out and you've made 99 phone calls and you don't want to make that 100th call, make that call, because you never know what's going to happen. So, it's the same thing with the card, because you never know where it's going to end up. It's your brand. It's people talking about you when you're not there. And the next interview I have coming up is with a gentleman who's the president of his own insurance agency. He has a pretty good story to tell of something that actually happened to him this morning while he was shoveling snow. So I'm just going to tease you a little bit with that, but it's coming up at 12 today. So, and again, I really do appreciate the time, and I appreciate the friendship and the support and everything you do for us at IntelliCard USA. So stay healthy, stay well, my friend. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. God bless you and your family. All right.
Same to you, buddy. And thanks for the time. Really appreciate it. The card is phenomenal. People, that's a great Christmas gift. I'm telling you.
All right. Don't forget, it's a tax write-off too, right? It is a business expense.
True.
So it can't hurt. All right, man. Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate it. Again, take care, and we'll talk soon. All right.
You got it, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.